electoral movement, it is especially important for the rank-and-file supporters of Senator Obama's quest for the presidency to recognize the critical importance of progressive youth leadership in the next period of history, including youth who are too young to vote. Young activists untainted and uncorrupted by the cynicism of the last period of political history. Youth leaders not infected with the sense of futility and despair of an older generation that feels itself to have been defeated are essential if any hope is to be made real.
9. In all effective movement for progressive change, the leadership is as true to the progressive aims of the movement as it is genuinely accountable to the ranks of the movement that have grouped themselves around that leadership. The movement for Barack Obama can be no different. BAMN urges the ranks of the Obama movement to remember this great lesson of the histories of all mass struggles, a lesson all too often tragically forgotten as millions of people come to substitute faith in a particular leader for consciousness and confidence in their own collective importance in history. The usual consequence is betrayal.
The ranks of the Obama movement are making history themselves. Their designated leader has never had any chance of success without them. They must not forget that. They should begin now determining among themselves how they are going to preserve the accountability of Mr. Obama to them, after they have succeeded in their project of making him president. They should remember that all arguments against this consciousness of their own role are merely arguments that Mr. Obama, as president, should only be accountable to the wealthy elite, whose money fueled his entry into the primaries, but could not have advanced in one practical step towards the presidency without the passionate response of the rank-and-file progressive Democrats to his message of new hope for America.
The party elite will take for granted President Obama's accountability to them, especially his wealthy funders. But it will be up to the mass base of the Obama movement, the rank-and-file voter activists who will have actually made him president, to remember why they adopted and embraced the Obama candidacy in the first place. Their quiet rebellion against the priorities and ideology of that wealthy elite can change history for the better, but only if they remember the larger issues they are fighting for after Barack Obama is president.
10. In other words, to the Obama movement for new hope in America, we declare, what is most important is that you recognize your own importance in history more than the importance of a particular candidate whose electoral cause you have embraced. You already know that your aims extend beyond the abilities and limitations of one man, however talented and inspiring. You already know that your efforts for your aspirations will inevitably extend beyond one president's term of office. What is most vital now is for you to understand that what is really important is what you have done collectively with your passion and commitment to create a better country. In this sense, we urge you to regard the day on which Barack Obama is inaugurated President of the United States as, more importantly, your day of empowerment. We suggest you celebrate yourselves and your own accomplishments that day, with ceremonies and festivities appropriate to the launching of a new movement for social change and a declaration of your expectations on how the new president needs to go about the business of keeping his promises to you.
In 1857, Frederick Douglass declared the fundamental truth that without struggle there is no progress. We suggest that the Obama movement is the latest example of that truth. Of course, some will find it bizarre to compare today's Obama movement with the great social struggles of the American past from the original revolution of 1776. Surely the Obama movement, these skeptics would assert, is too mild, too electoral, too amorphous, too respectable to be placed under the same heading as the great social struggles of the American past.
Perhaps, but every new social struggle at first seems mainly different from the social struggles of the past. The activists of a new generation often have a great difficulty recognizing themselves in the last generation of fighters for justice, especially when a long period of time has passed between two generations in struggle. We think it would be a mistake to underestimate the passion and the sincerity of commitment of many of the Obama movement's voter activists and their determination to change history. And the rank-and-file Obama movement has developed in the wake of the great movement for immigrant rights of 2006, in which tens of millions of people marched in the streets, left their jobs, walked out of their schools, and shut down business as usual in their communities, defeating a draconian attack and demanding a new, more rational, just, and humane definition of citizenship. Truly a new civil rights movement.
If only a modest number of Obama voter activists can appreciate the real boldness and the full potential for positive change and what they have accomplished, they could indeed be making real the aspirations they have brought to their efforts. It is what that rank and file has done that has already brought renewed hope to millions of Americans, far more than any particular political figure who has come to symbolize it.
If the best of the youth and community activists of the movement of 2006 can link up with the most sincere and passionate of the border activists of the Obama movement to work together to build an independent movement for progressive change, there would indeed be new hope for America. BAMN looks forward to marching arms in arms with these activists in what would truly be nothing less than the renewal of the struggle for human liberation in America. 11 BAMN National Conference, 24 May 2008.